My apologies for keeping you waiting. It's been a long day, but they, as you're aware, I'm sure most of you have seen the press release from the chairman already, from the chairman's office. As you're aware, there were two proposals or two motions put to the commission this morning. One was put by Commissioner Ben, and which was seconded and supported by our side, which posed that the results of the recount exercise be utilized by the Chief Elections Officer for the as being the basis for the declaration of results. The other motion was put by Commissioner Vincent Alexander, which called for an annulment of the elections and the results. There was very lengthy arguments on both sides, and the chairman adjourned the meeting for 3:30, which I also notified you of. At 3:30 this afternoon, the chairman ruled and in effect voted on the proposed three things, three findings she came to. One, that the Guyana Elections Commission has no power or authority to deal with the issues of investigation or pronouncing upon those issues that were raised under the rubric of anomalies in relation to the elections. Two, that any such investigation or any such inquiry has to be done by the High Court, which has exclusive jurisdiction to do so pursuant to Article 163 of the Constitution. And as a consequence, she has ordered the Chief Election Officer to prepare a report. She has ordered him, pursuant to Article 177 of the Constitution, she has ordered him to prepare a report pursuant to Section 96 of the Representation of the People's Act for the purposes of declaration of the results of the elections. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are the short facts in relation to what has occurred. We expect in short order that report should come from the Chief Election Officer, and that the chairman should call a meeting very shortly for the purposes of completing this exercise.
Does she have to put this in writing? Does she have to put her instructions in writing to the CEO?
I understand that she is writing the CEO.
She is writing?
Yes.
When you say shortly, exactly?
That time frame will be determined by the chairman, and I'm sure that she will communicate that to us, hopefully sooner rather than later.
We understand that the commission had, the secretariat had actually produced some evidence. Could you speak to what has been presented to you between yesterday and today?
I believe that the documents, the report of the CEO has been in the public domain since Saturday. The evidence that, or the purported evidence that he has presented, while it was available, it was discussed en passant. My contention all along was that this commission has no power to investigate, interrogate, or in any other way deal with those sorts of issues. And as a consequence, personally, I did not pay too much mind to it.
All right.
Right?
How do you feel at the end of this all, given what's happened today and moving forward?
I think that the weight has been lifted off the shoulders of Guyanese as a whole. All of you, I'm sure, are anxious to have this done because it's obviously not an easy task. It has not been an easy task for us who have been deliberating and dealing with this for over 100 days. And I believe the anxiety of the nation ought now to be somewhat assuaged, and that I believe the tested patience of the nation also should bring some relief to it.
Your thoughts on the CARICOM report? Have you been able to look at it?
I have looked at the CARICOM report. It is a very detailed report, and I must commend, first of all, and I wish to do so publicly, the three members of the CARICOM scrutineering team, Dr. Cynthia Giles, I don't think it's Dr. Cynthia Giles, Professor Cynthia Giles, Mr. King, and Mr. Jarvis. As I've said during the recount, these are persons who executed their mandate with dispatch, with diligence, and at a time when we were facing and continue to face a COVID-19 pandemic. And they have done extremely well, and I believe that the people of Guyana owe to those persons, and by extension, CARICOM, a debt of gratitude. And I wish to say publicly my personal gratitude to those persons.
They didn't spare words when it comes to the commissioners themselves and the way you conducted yourself in the public eye. What do you say to what they had to say about you?
They had a lot to say indeed about the conduct of the commissioners, and fortunately, and I speak for myself, fortunately their general comments on the conduct and utterances of commissioners was qualified in some instances. Saying that as it may, I believe that personally I can say that I've always attempted to be respectful and controlled and measured in my comments, and I have no doubt that I will continue to be so.
If I just get you back to the CEO's report, after that report, just for those who are new to this, what happens? There's a formal declaration.
So let me tell you what happened in 2015. In 2015, a declaration of Region 4, which was the last region, was done on Friday, and by 12 o'clock on Saturday, a meeting was called at which a report of the CEO was presented. That meeting lasted about 15 minutes, and about 2 o'clock that afternoon, there was a swearing in of a president. I expect the same alacrity which attended to the occasion in 2015 to be attended to it now.
And the chairman would have to inform both President Granger and the president-elect.
I have no doubt that, I don't speak for the chairman. But I have no doubt that the chairman is well aware of the roles that she has to execute, and she will execute them with dispatch. Thank you very much.
Good night.
I had to switch because